Hello, my name is Walter Wimberly, and I'm an assistant professor of computer science. Now, typically, I answer questions that I either find online or maybe someone's come to me with. However, today, I would like to offer a piece of advice, especially to new students who are freshmen, maybe sophomore. And I'm going to tell you this advice because I learned the hard way about it. That is, if your professors have office hours, you really want to take advantage of them. And you might say, well, what does that mean? Well, usually schools require that a professor have a certain number of office hours. This can be anywhere from 3 to 5 to, I've seen as high as 10, but that is a little rare. And these are times that a student can stop by and talk to the professor, usually one-on-one. Sometimes there's other people there. In the pandemic era right now, sometimes this is done virtually over Zoom or Microsoft Teams or another tool like that. Sometimes it's done in person. A lot of this is going to depend upon your college and your professor. Now, that time is set aside for the professor to help answer questions. It might be on homework, it might be about something that was discussed in class, and in some cases, it can even be about things that relate to the field but may not be something that was discussed in class. Just questions that you might have. Now, not every professor likes to have office hours. I remember having a professor that I went because I was stuck and I had to go talk to him. I brought him my assignment and I knew that his office hours were between 4 and 5 on this particular day. I got there early, but I knew that he would not see you before 4 o'clock, so I decided to sit in the chair that was outside of his office. He got up from his desk, saw that I was sitting there, looked at me and says, "You need to get up and leave." And I said, "I understand it's not office hours. I'll just wait until 4. He says, "No, you're bothering me. You must leave. Walk around the building, then come back. It'll be time for office hours." So I did that. I got up, I walked around, I came back. I was 4th or 5th in line just a few minutes later. And I asked my question. I will be honest, he was rude, he was abrupt, and it wasn't a pleasant experience for me. On the other hand, I had other professors who enjoyed having students come in and talk to them, ask them questions about what was going on in class, maybe other classes, etc. Some of those professors would even ask what was going on in personal lives and help give recommendations for job prospects or recommend a professor that that student might like to take. These were great professors that enjoyed their office hours, they enjoyed their students. And I personally am that way too. In my college, we're supposed to have 5 hours of office hours every week, and I actually have about 7 or 8. And that's just because I want to provide extra time to see my students. Now, if you're like me, when I was a young student, you might think, well, I don't want to bother my professors. I know that was my thought. I was afraid of bothering them. I was afraid of getting on their wrong side. And as I mentioned before with that one professor, that clearly can happen. So find the professors that are willing to help and go seek them out. Get help. I've been known to help people in classes that weren't my own because I just want to help my students. I want to see them succeed. So find those professors that are willing to help. That's what they're there for. Take advantage of that because when you leave school, you're not going to have that opportunity anymore. You're not going to be able to go to your boss or someone else on a team necessarily, at least not very often, and ask questions. So while you have them at your disposal, make sure you're talking to your professors and getting every bit of knowledge you can out of them.